Howdy folks, welcome to episode 11. Today we're going to do some more work on the base, and as you can see here, I added some trim on the outside of this thing to smooth it out, smooth out the shape a little, and so the light blocks are not showing around the outside of the base, so when you're coming up from the side. So basically the lights are there to create an outline, especially at night. It creates a nice high contrast outline, makes the shape stand out a little better. I haven't decided what color I want to paint this thing. That's going to be later on, since I'm using the paint to mark places that I'm building and stuff like that right now. So but yeah, that's what we've got so far, and I wanted to work on these little areas here. These are going to be pillars that go up and support the outside, and then this is the main. This is going to be like the main elevator shaft. So actually, I wanted to see how high this thing will go. Now you can nerd pull with the elevators. In case you didn't know this. The one thing you want to do is you want to go diagonal. You want to kind of stay toward a corner, because what will happen is you'll miss, and it'll do that. It'll sit blocks beside the thing if you're not aimed right. So then you end up having to go back and take out blocks that were misplaced, especially when you're close to the bottom. I think that's the end. Yeah, looks like I can't go any higher than this. Oh. Nope, that's not the end. That's just a block above me. Okay. Alright, so let's see if I can continue this. But yeah, see, it's the art of nerd pulling in Empyrion. And if you time it right, you can actually place a block as it bounces you, as I was doing earlier, and it's not working now. But yeah, I want to see how high this thing will let me go, so that I can decide how far I want to build up. I want to have some kind of tower in the middle, pretty much for decoration. But it'll look cool when you're coming in from space and stuff, and when you're coming in from a distance. I want it to be a big, visible thing. And for some reason, I'm not just... my timing is horrible now. Okay. Let's see. If I turn my jetpack on. Nope, that doesn't help either, does it? Okay. It's a lot of blocks. Sure don't want to fall from up here. That would probably not be fun, would it? Okay, let's see what kind of view we got. That's a nice view. So yeah, this will be I did it again. So yeah, once I'm done with this, I get to go back and pull all the ones I messed up off the sides. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what the magic formula is to get it, but you can go up really fast if you time it just right. And apparently it's not the jetpacks. Okay, and I have 10 more. That's probably sufficient, even if I can go higher. I think that's as high as I really wanted to build. Nope, I don't think it's letting me... Nope, it's not letting me put them any higher. Whoops. Okay, so that's the that's the height limit. Is it ridiculous enough? Let's see. My base is... the old base is over there. Looks a little small. Yeah, it's a little small in comparison. Okay, so yeah, this thing is going to be insane. That was pretty close. I had 4 blocks left. 5 hits on those. Okay. Now another thing that you can do is when you're going up and down elevators, you can actually run, which doesn't seem intuitive, and I didn't even notice it when I was first doing it. But yeah, you can actually go up and down the elevators quite a bit faster with the run key, and it obviously uses up your stamina, but you know, when you're running around inside your own base, it's not like you're worried about running out of stamina. The other thing I considered doing was using an SV to create an elevator shaft, and an SV like trapped inside of it, and I actually tried that out in creative, but yeah, it sticks to the sides and flips over and does all kinds of weird things, and I couldn't really get anything that I liked to work. I couldn't get anything working that I liked. It wasn't worth the extra trouble. And the other thing is, you know, once you go up on the SV, you have to come back down on it. You know, you can't really you can't really, you know, leave it on one end, like go up and you know, take off in a ship and then come back later, unless you've parked it off to the side, because that's the other trick, is obviously it stops hovering after, I think it's about a minute and a half or so. It stops hovering, and so then you're kind of hosed on that, is, you know, you've got one up to the top on the SV and then it's back at the bottom because you were up there for longer than a minute and a half, or you have to screw around with parking it every time you go up and down. So anyway, that's the center, and we're going to build a basically a whatchamacallit, a building. We're going to build a tower that goes up this way, and let's see how high this will let me go. See if I'm going to fall off the edge here. Walking off, and there's another way to fall into the ocean, right? See how many ways I can fall into the ocean. Yeah, we'll get these. I think those actually went up above it. Okay. So yeah, we'll get these towers set up. Get them going up to the top. Come on. Go up that way. There you go. And then I'm going to put in that, and the sides are going to be drop shafts, so we'll be able to go up the middle, and then we'll be able to come back down. And actually that's perfect. I have 4 left, and so there's going to be one in each of these spots in the center. So yeah, you'll basically be able to, when you're up on the top, you'll be able to just fall, because when you land on this elevator, it stops you without doing damage, which is really cool. It's there's a similar in Minecraft. You can do that with a cube of water, you know, 1 water block. You just stick it at the bottom of the shaft, and you can jump from, you know, build limit height 256 blocks up, and you land in the water, you know, one little block of water, you land in a little bucket of water, and you're safe. So, but yeah, the elevator does the same thing, which is cool. And I did that on my previous build, my big base on Ninges, but the thing is that, you know, the gravity there is so light that you actually, technically, you didn't really need it, because the gravity was so low that you could actually literally fall all the way from the sky and just hit the jetpack at the last minute, and you could take a little damage if you didn't time it perfectly. But yeah, I did it a bunch of times and didn't get killed when I was playing around. So yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put on a building here and put on some windows and everything. So let me get the windows out, and we're gonna do these windows, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what I wanted to do on this, or if I want to go this. Yeah, I think I want to go like that. So I'm going to go on the outside, and I'm going to do some windows here, and I think on the bottom I want to do, yeah, I don't think I want to put them all the way to the bottom, so I'm probably going to break them up. And let me set the symmetry plane here too, so I don't have to do twice as much. And let's see if it'll let me. Huh. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. All right. So yeah, if I put these up here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7, and I don't know if I can put those there. Okay, so I'll need to turn these and put them underneath. Okay, so that's where my window's gonna sit. Get my jetpack here. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have windows going up that way, and so it's almost gonna look like a skyscraper. And I'll be able to use the elevator's shaft that I put in to get that to sit nice. And let's see if I can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it doesn't want to go that way. Okay, let's see if I can sit. Yeah, I can sit those on the side because they're not diagonals. So yeah, I was going to do a pattern here, kind of make it look a little bit nicer, and I'll show you what that's going to do. So we'll go up here, and then we'll go across, and then we'll go up some more. And it's not going to let me do that, is it? Okay, let me go up the elevator. Okay. So we're going to go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wish there was a way to let go. Once you've hit the multiple block placing thing, it doesn't let you multiple. So when you've discovered that you're doing it wrong, you can't really let go. Let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm going to do this and bring this all the way up. So let me get these sides finished and I'll be back in a minute. Okay folks, we're back and I finished up putting all the blocks in here. As you can see, do not fall from there. That would be pretty dangerous. As you can see, I've got the whole thing filled in with glass. It looks pretty nice. It actually doesn't look horrible in the gray. That block back there looks horrible for those of you with OCD. Not that I have it or anything. Not that that bothers me. I just want to go over there and knock it out, which I'm going to do soon. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to add the drop towers in and get those laid out, and why don't we go do that now while I'm thinking of it. So let's get our jetpack here. And I'm not sure if you could probably do this too for a drop. Oh, and nice, I missed a window here. I'm gonna have to take that out later. But yeah, you can also drop the side off the side of the elevator too if you want to. I missed a couple things, didn't I? Because that doesn't go there either. Okay, so yeah, we'll get these laid out. Now these are going to have corners like this. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, this is gonna go here and here, I think. And then we're going to have these go on the inside. So yeah, like that. And I'm actually going to leave this middle one out because it looks a lot nicer that way. And we'll do that on each corner. Let's see. So it's going to go there and there, and then the two flipped here and here, and these are going to go in these two spots and these two spots. So that lays out our basic doorways and stuff and the columns. So I got to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that. and let me make sure I've got all these other sides equal, and I'll be right back. Okay folks, we're back, and I've got these laid out, and I want to put on the all these blocks, so we'll make these towers at least as high as we can get them to go for now. I'll probably have to put in elevators or something to get these going the way I want to, because yeah, they're going to be a little tricky. It's hard to see exactly how high they're going, so I'm probably going to have to clean up once I get to the top. I can't tell if I'm going way too high or way too low or whatever with those. So I'm just going to get them going in that general direction, and we'll clean them up later or add to them if we need to. Let's see, so we got these and these. Okay, and one more side. And I think I'm out of these. Wow, I'm actually out of those, so I need to go make more. Okay, folks, I guess that's all we're going to be able to do for today until I have to go get more parts made. So why don't you join me for episode 12, and we'll see if we can finish off these towers and maybe do some more construction, get the second level filled out. Alright, so we'll see you next time. Later.